Hi Keith, great to spend some time on the range with you today, and just to recap on the work that we did, just building really on the session that you did with Ryan last week. And we'll take a little look at you here on the far left. You've been working with a T-peg beneath your left arm, trying to keep the arm on top of the rib cage, stopping you getting long and a little bit fly away with that left elbow. And we'll look at what happens. The club tends to come back on a much better path than it did before. It does roll open quite a bit, but as we get to the top, it's a massively improved position, but it's still a little bit long and it's still a little bit fly away in that left elbow when we get to the top of your backswing. Now, you were suggesting that I don't think we've got the T-peg in place on this swing. The problem you had is that with the T-peg beneath the arm, you can do it and you feel comfortable, and yet remove the T-peg, i.e. get on the golf course and you find it difficult to continue to make the move that you'd like to make. So really all we then did was talk about the T-peg drill is great, but what you need to understand is what that makes you do. That then is the feeling that you take out onto the golf course. So what we did was we gave you an heavy object. We gave you a medicine ball, hung the arms out in front of you and just asked you to take it back. And you can see as you take it back, because it's an heavy object and you're trying to generate some power, the arms work in across the chest. So you take it back very much arms in. You don't keep the arms working down a line. Now, if we look at you on the takeaway during the swing, the arms tend to stay on the line too long. The club goes rolling back behind you, but the arms actually work out rather than in. So you can see here now, right arm halfway back is straight out in front of us. And that means that we've come off the circle. What we've done now is we've given you an understanding that the arms, yes, they need to be on the rib cage. Yes, the T-peg beneath the left arm is good for doing that. But what that actually makes you do is get the arms working in better. Now we've got the grid on the mat showing by the two canes illustrating the circle that we want you to swing in. And the key thought here is to get the arms in. Now if we look at you halfway back, this right arm is much more in across your chest, which means as you get to the top of your backswing, if we just run you through on the far left, arms are working up as the body is turning flat, whereas here in the middle, as the body is turning, the arms are staying with it, and we get a much more compact, much tighter looking position at the top of your backswing. Once your arms have come off the circle, you're going to struggle all the way down in the downswing to get them back on it, and you're fighting to get that club to come from the inside. You can see here that your club is pointing in that direction, coming into the golf ball. You have to then swing to the right as you're coming through. It's a little bit out in front of you, arms are too upright, the club swings across the ball and you have to rotate the hands quickly. That can cause a slice or you hitting the ground behind the golf ball. If we take a little look at you here in the middle towards the end of your session, arms have worked in more on the way back. As a result, as you're coming into the delivery position now, just before impact, we just take you back a frame or two. Your club face is much more square on to where you want the ball to start. And as a result, you can continue to hit out at the golf ball on the way through, rather than just flicking the hands at it in an attempt to prevent the ball curving too much to the left. So two very simple thoughts: arms in and then keep the hands quiet. But that key thought is arms in. We can see as the arms work in, we arrive at a much more compact position, and that's without the T under the arm, as opposed to what we were getting at the start of your session, where we're very upright and a lot of daylight between the forearms at the top of the backswing. So key thought, arms in. Keith, great session, and I'll see you again in a couple of weeks' time. Well done.